On a clear, crisp Monday night in front of a national television audience, the Dolphins demonstrated their maximum skills against the Bears.
This is the Miami Dolphins Football Network.
WILD Miami.
Back at the Orange Bowl, Rick Weaver with Larry King and Henry Barrow. Jim Dooley earlier today was telling us at a luncheon in his honor of the quarterback club that the toughest part about defensing the Dolphins is they can beat you so many ways, around you, through you, and then the big one to Warfield. He really thinks that Miami is the best team in the AFC.
For the Bears on defense, Holman, Seals, Staley, and Obradovic on the front line. Buffon, Butkus, and Brubacher, the linebackers. Ford and Taylor, the quarterbacks. Smith and Moore are the safeties. Second down and 8. Dolphins ball at our 22. Kick and Zonka are now the split backs. Warfield and Twilley are split off the near side. Second down, 8. Here's the snap. Greasy sprinting back to his left. Sets up the throw. Down the near side. Warfield, 45, 40, 45, and right out of bounds at the Dolphins' 46-yard line. Joe Taylor, the right quarterback, ran him out. So Greasy strikes through the air to Paul Warfield. And a 24-yard pass completion, a Dolphin first down. We have a 3rd down and 4 situation. Ball actually closer to the 37 than it is to the 36. Warfield splits left. Twilley off to the far side. Greasy up under center, barks those signals, waiting for the snap. Here it is. He's dropping straight back in the pocket. Sets up, goes for the near side. Warfield can't get it. At the 21-yard line, a little bit underthrown. He had to dive for the ball. Had he caught it, he would have been out of bounds. So it's an incomplete pass and brings in Garo Yepremian for the attempted field goal. Carl Noonan would hold. The ball will be marked, the line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line, and this will be about a 44-yard attempt. He has no angle at all and no wind to consider. The snap set down, the kick is up. It has the distance, it's perfect. And here come the white handkerchiefs. Yepremian with a 44-yard field goal, and the Dolphins take the lead. There's a timeout on the field. With a score, our Dolphins 3, the Bears nothing. That drive 80 yards in 8 plays. Garrow a 44-yard field goal.
And Garrow is now, again, the league leader in both conferences in scoring with 91 points. So the Dolphins have drawn first blood, stopped the Bears the first time they had the ball, take it over at their own 24. Greasy moving the running game fairly well. Has completed 1 of 2 passes, a big one 24 yards to Warfield.
9 minutes, 8 seconds to go in this first period. Second down and 9. Dolphins from our 25. Greasy drops the throw. Swings a pass out to the near sideline. To Zonka, 30, 35, 40, and is belted out of bounds along the near sideline at the Dolphin 42-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup. A Dolphin first down. Second and 14. Dolphins from our 38-yard line. Dolphins lead 3-0. Greasy, long count at the line of scrimmage. Draw play. Zonka, hole, right side, 40, 45, 50, down in the Bears' territory. He's got the first down, I believe, at the 46. Ron Smith tripped him up from the safety spot. Fine bit of trap blocking and a big hole on the right side as Zonka runs for the first down to the Bears' 46-yard line, 15 yards. The ball at the Chicago 46, first down. Greasy up under center, calls the signals, drops back to throw, has time, rips the bomb the near side. Warfield at the 25 has got it out of bounds at the 23-yard line by weak safety Ron Smith. Warfield down the near sideline as Greasy lofted the ball in the air. Warfield made a perfect catch, and the Dolphins are in excellent field position now with a first down on that 23-yard pass completion at the Bears' 23. And the ball at the Bears' 23, first down, Dolphins. 6:44 left to go in this first quarter. Here's the handoff. Zonka through the middle to the 20, the 15, dragging people with him down to the 11-yard line. Goes the bull, Larry Zonka. Jerry Moore makes the tackle along with Smith, and the Dolphins' offensive line right now are taking the Bears' defense apart. Another first down as Zonka rambles for 12 more yards from the Bears' 11-yard line. A second down at 10. Warfield splits to the near side, fully off to the far side. Greasy up under center with a signal call. Hands the kick. He's through the left side, inside the 5, down to the 2, the 1-yard line. Goes Jim Kick. It is not a first down. It'll be third down. 1.5 yards to go for a touchdown and a half-yard to go for a first down. Greasy has the ball club set down here at the west end zone. Up under center. Here's the handoff. Zonka, touchdown, Dolphins. Hanky power. Look at it. Beautiful. Yepremian in to try the point for placement. Zonka from 2 yards out 76-yard drive in 8 plays. Noonan will hold. We have 5:01 to go. Here is the kick. It's up, and it's perfect. There is a timeout on the field with 5:01 left to go in this first quarter. The score, our Dolphins 10, the Bears nothing. 3rd down and 2. Bears ball up their 44-yard line. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left to go in the first period. Dolphins lead 10-0. Farmer splits left. Tinder and Shy split off. Seymour comes in motion to the near side. Here's Douglas. Fumble! Dolphins get it at the Bear 40-yard line. Bill Stanfield falls on the football with a bad handoff from Douglas to Pinder, and Stanfield fell on the ball. That is his 3rd recovered fumble of the year. The ball at the 33.5-yard line. We'll call it 3rd down and about 3 for the Dolphins. As Greasy has his ball club set, the Bears shift at the line of scrimmage on defense. Greasy back to throw, sets up, breaks away, has to scramble, lets the pass go, caught by Kick, and he's down immediately at the 16-yard line. A great tackle by Joe Taylor, the right cornerback, or Kick would have been in for 6 points. Greasy did a tremendous job. The Bears made a penetration, and he had to roll out to his left, found Kick open. There's the end of the first quarter. Dolphin action continues from the Orange Bowl with a score. Our Dolphins 10, the Bears nothing.
The Dolphins have a total of 7 first downs. The Bears have 1. And Miami threatens to go on the board again with a first down at the Bears 16. And here to bring you all the action once again is Rick Weaver. Rick?
I think, Larry, just being pointed out on the PA system that Garrow has, with that field goal in the first quarter, that 44-yarder, tied his own record of 22 for a season. All right, the Dolphins, as we open the second period, moving to the east end zone, have a first down at the Bears 16-yard line. Warfield splits left, Twilley to the near side. Here's the handoff, going inside, and over the left side is Larry Zonka, gets down to about the 12-yard line. Ed Obradovich makes the tackle on the play. As the Dolphins have a 2nd and 6 at the Bears 12-yard line. Warfield splits left, kicks slot man left, and Twilley to the near side. Greasy up under center, barks those signals. Zonka right in behind him. Here's the handoff, draw play, through the right side goes Zonka, down to about the 6 to 5-yard line. That should be good enough for a first down. Dick Butkus tripped him up. It's a first down and goal for the Dolphins at the Bears 6-yard line. All right, the Dolphins have the short yardage blocking unit in there as Jim Langer is in and Twilley is out. Warfield sets as a wingman off to the right, kicking Zonka in behind Greasy. First and goal, Dolphins at the Bears 6-yard line. Greasy on the snap, rolls out to his right, looks to throw, there's a flag down, sets up, completes at the 1-yard line, and carrying in for the touchdown is Mar Fleming, but there's a flag on the play, and it appears to be against the Bears. The touchdown will stand up. Let's get down to Henry.
It was a defensive holding penalty on the Chicago Bears, and Fleming gets the touchdown.
And Yepremian will try the point from placement. It is up, and it is good. We have 13:36 left to go in this first half, and there is a timeout on the field. The score, our Dolphins 17, the Bears nothing. And the Bears will be forced into a punting situation as they did not make nearly enough yardage for the first down. Jake Scott, Dick Anderson's back as the punt receivers. Bobby Joe Green comes in to handle the punting chores. The Bears will have the ball at their 47, and that will be the line of scrimmage. Clock moving with 10 minutes to go in the first half. Dolphins defense, offense has been superlative again tonight, moving for our 8th consecutive victory. Here's the snap, a little bit high, and Green sets the pass now. He throws one up the near sideline. It is incomplete at the Dolphins' 40-yard line. That was a high snap. I think he still could have gotten the ball away. On the punt, he elected to try and throw the ball, and he threw an incomplete pass. Bill Tucker was the man for whom it was intended. There is a timeout on the field as the Dolphins will take over at the Bears 47. The score, our Dolphins 17, the Bears nothing. So the Dolphins have a 3rd down and 7 at the Bears 44-yard line. Warfield splits off the far side, Twilley to the near side. Zonka's a slot man left. Kick is a running back behind Greasy. Greasy on 3rd down, back to throw. Good protection up the middle. It is caught by Fleming, the tight end. He's across the 30 and knocked down at the 29-yard line. Charlie Ford is the man who knocked him off his feet. Mar Fleming, who earlier caught a touchdown pass, as Greasy went to the middle. Don Schill has been saying all week And we're going to have to throw more to our tight ends. And that time they pick up 15 yards and a first down as Greasy comes through again. What is he now, Larry?
He is 6 for 9.
6 minutes, 49 seconds to go in the first half. Dolphins teeter-tottering here in this offensive drive. Greasy, long count at the line of scrimmage. Drops back to throw. Sets up. Now has to scramble as McGee's after him. Sprints out to the left side. Looking. Gets away from another tackler. Now reverses his field. Going to run with the ball. Straight ahead. 35, 30. Gets down to the 28-yard line. Bob Greasy. He ran about 60 yards to pick up a 10-yard gain. Down to the 28-yard line. Bob Kuchenberg threw a good block to swing him loose.
We have 5 minutes and 42 seconds left. And the Dolphins put it in play. They have 9 yards to go for a first down. They're within field goal territory, of course, and here's Rick.
Ball at the Bears' 28-yard line. 3rd down and 9 for the Dolphins. Bob drops back to throw on 3rd and 9. Sets, looking for Warfield. Throws deep. Warfield in the end zone. It is incomplete. Covering him beautifully all the way back there was right cornerback Joe Taylor, who got his hands on the ball. And it went out of bounds. So the Dolphins field goal team comes in. Garrow will try to get his 23rd field goal of the season. He had 22 last year out of 29 attempts. This year he has 22 out of 31. Gary Lyle goes back as the deep man. This will be a 35-yard attempt to the east end zone. Practically no angle. Noonan will hold. 5:34 left to go in the first half. Dolphins leading 17-0. 35-yard attempts. Set down. The kick is up. He has the distance. He hits it again. Gary Yepremian, 2 out of 2. That a 47-yard drive in 7 plays, culminated by Yepremian's 35-yard field goal. And here come the handkerchiefs. Last week we had 60,000. Tonight we have 75,000. Hanky wavers, happy Dolphin fans. And we thank you very much, as Garrow would say, for bringing the handkerchiefs. Just keep it up.
The Dolphins have had the ball 4 times in this game, and they have yet to punt. They have driven to 2 field goals and 2 touchdowns. Greasy unofficially is 6 for 9. So we have 2 minutes left to play in the first half. A half totally dominated by the Dolphins. This will be their first punt of the half. They lead it 20-0. Angers are beginning to flare. Led by Butkus, the team captain, a proud leader. The 7-year veteran from Illinois was clipped by Seipel. Didn't like it, shook it off, and really give Seipel a tug. And the Bears, of course, they're angry. They got beat last week big by the Lions, and they're losing big here today to the Dolphins. Rick?
All right, Lyle drops up as the shallow man. Turner back at about the 30. Seipel will stand at the 11-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the Dolphins, 26. Waiting for the snap from center. Here it is. Seipel gets the kick out of there. Nice high spiral. Backing up is Lyle. He and Turner fight for it. Lyle grabs it 35. Breaks off a tackle, comes to the near side, and is knocked down at the Bears' 39-yard line.
Setting the Dolphins defensively for you, Riley, Fernandez, Hines, and Stanfill on the front line. The linebackers are Swift, Bonacani, and Powell, Foley and Johnson, the quarterbacks, Scott and Anderson are the safeties.
So the Bears line up without a huddle now as Gordon splits off the far side. Farmer to the near side. Shy and Pinder are the splitbacks behind Douglas from their 39. Douglas drops straight back to throw. Being rushed, chased. Now he breaks out of it at the line of scrimmage, completes a pass to Pinder at the 45, and is right down from behind at the 50-yard line. First 10 and 10 for the Bears at the 50. That is 4 first downs. Here's Douglas back to throw, being pursued, breaks out to his left, off the near side, throws the ball into the ground. As he is really cracked out of bounds, the fans thought he threw it away. Bill Stanfield really cracked him into the Dolphins bench. He had no receivers down there that I could spot, and just threw it into the ground. There was no flag. George Farmer, I guess, was the man for whom it would have been intended, but it took a lot of figuring out to figure that out.
Had Farmer been anywhere in the vicinity of the ball.
A 2nd and 10. Clock is stopped with the incompletion. 1 minute and 8 seconds to go in the first half. The ball at the Bears' 49.5-yard line. Dolphins leading 20-0. And the Bears, a very inept-looking offensive team. Here's Farmer, split right. Gordon to the near side. Shy and Pinder are the splitbacks, and Douglas cannot get his signal call off because of the booing. Fans on the officials for Douglas throwing that ball into the ground that time, and no flag being dropped.
What the Dolphin fans are enjoying is the fruits of tough years. These were 4 rough years in Miami, an expansion team that did not win many games, that saw Mr. Shula come here and take them to the playoffs last year, that has seen the longest winning streak in pro football at 7. And while it might be considered, you know, not completely on the straight and up to boo when you're leading 20-0 in the first half, but this team has seen so many bad days to appreciate this great squad this year, and that's what the Dolphins are. Certainly, they have become a great football team, friends. There's no other word you can use for it. They can beat you so many ways, and the defense is so great that what the fans are experiencing is the joys of sweet victory. And, of course, this will make the Bears angrier, but that's what happens when a town turns around, and this town has been captivated by this ball club. 2 straight sellouts in a row.
2nd and 10 from the Bears' 49.5-yard line. Douglas back to throw. Sets up. Hit from behind. Pass is picked off at the 40. Jake Scott, 45, spins over tackler and is knocked down at the Dolphins' 46-yard line. Jake Scott gets his 6th interception. Jim Cadillo, offensive guard, makes the tackle for Chicago. And the Dolphins take over at our 46-yard line. Larry Seifel stays in at tight end for the Dolphins. We have the ball at our 46-yard line. 58 seconds left to go in the first half. Dolphins lead 20-0. Warfield splits left and 20 to the near side. Kick and Zonka line up in the eye behind Greasy. Ball at the Dolphins' 46. Greasy fakes the handoff. Drops back to throw. Throws deep up the middle. It is caught by Seifel. A great catch at the 20, and he's going to be called down right there. The 22-yard line. Larry Seifel, a tight end, catches his first pass of the season. Great catch. He got up after being down and wanted to go into the end zone, but he was officially down at the Bears' 22. 32 yards on the pass completion from Greasy to Seifel. Ryan Smith is the fellow who knocked him off his feet. So the Dolphins pick up a first down at the Bears' 22-yard line. Seifel, who's a 5-year veteran, the punting specialist, a pretty good blocker at tight end, and an excellent pass receiver. This has been the hallmark of this team this year, depth. And the ability for one man, when another man is covered, to come up with a big play, just as Seifel did that time. First down, Dolphins at the Bears' 22-yard line. There's a timeout on the field as Greasy is over discussing things down here with Don Shula. 43 seconds showing on the clock. Left to go in this first half. Tempers have flared here because the Bears have been just a little bit humiliated in the first half as the Dolphins have taken them apart.
Now, the one thing the Bears know is the Dolphins will not run with the ball. They have no timeouts left, and 12 seconds on the clock. To risk a running play would mean they could not get a field goal set up.
Dolphins first and goal from the 5. Kick and Zonka. The split backs in behind Greasy. Greasy drops back to throw. Sets up, looks for Warfield. It is picked off, I believe. Intercepted by the Bears at the goal line in the end zone. Ross Brubaker, the right linebacker, who was dropping off on coverage, helping out on Warfield, and the Bears pick it off.
That's only the 6th time that Greasy has been intercepted this year.
Here's the handoff from Douglas to Cyril Pinder. He gets out to the 22, and that's all. He's really cracked by Bob Matheson, Nick Bonicani. That's the end of the first half with a score. Our Dolphins 20, the Bears nothing. Dolphins lead 20-0. And they have shut the door in the Bears' face with a total of 76 yards in total offense in the first half. The Bears will start from their 20-yard line. Dolphins lead by a score of 20-0. Bobby Douglas, who has gone all the way at quarterback, as the crowd sets up the chant of defense, defense. Shy and Pinder are the running backs. Farmer splits to the far side, and Dick Gorton is the wide receiver to the near side of the field. Bears ball from their 20. Here's Douglas. Fakes the handoff, drops back to throw. Let's go to bomb. It is picked off. Dick Scott for the Dolphins back at the 40-yard line in Dolphin territory. It was intended for Dick Gordon. That is Scott's 7th pass interception of the season and his 2nd of this ball game. And they're going to put it down at the Dolphins' 43-yard line and say that's where he picked it off and where his knee touched the ground and where he was contained. So the Dolphins take over immediately as Douglas is intercepted for the 2nd time of the ball game by Jake Scott. Dolphins from our 43-yard line, waiting for the snap. Here it is. Zonka over the left side gets to the 45, and he's contained right there by Buffon and Butkus. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. So Larry on that carry has taken back the AFC rushing leadership from Mr. Little out in Denver. Second down and 8. Dolphins ball at our 45-yard line. Back to throw. Greasy sets up quickly. Completes to Twilly. 45, 40. Drags a tackler with him inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. Jerry Moore, the strong safety, and Dick Butkus, the middle linebacker, bring him down, but not before Howard Twilly gets the first down for the Dolphins at the Bears' 34-yard line. Greasy hands off to Kick, puts his head down and rams the middle to the 30-yard line. Inside the 30 to about the 29.5. Second down and 6. Dolphins ball at the Bears' 30-yard line. Greasy up under center, barks the signals, hands off to Zonka. Comes around the right side, puts his head down, 20, down to the 15, down to the 10-yard line. Tackle on the play by Ron Smith. 20-yard scamper by Larry Zonka. They mark it at the 11. Another first down for the Dolphins. First and 10, Dolphins at the Bear 11. Here's a handoff to Kick, and he gets back maybe across the line of scrimmage to the 10-yard line. The ball at the Chicago 10.5-yard line. Second down, 9.5 yards to go for a first down. 10.5 to go for a score. Twilly splits right, Noonan off the far side. Greasy directs the ball club from the Bears' 10.5-yard line. Drops back to throw. Swings a pass out. It is caught by Zonka. 10, 5, touchdown, Dolphins! Zonka ran right over safety man Jerry Smith, the rookie from Arkansas. And Larry scores his second touchdown of the game. Greasy completes his second touchdown pass, his 19th of the season. Zonk, one through the air and one on the ground. Yepremian will try to make it 27-0 with 10:15 to go in the third quarter. Noonan will hold. It's a swing-out pass to the far sideline, and Zonka put his head down and ran over people. The kick is up, and it's perfect. There's a timeout on the field with 10:15 to go in the third quarter. The score, our Dolphins 27, the Bears nothing. Third down and goal. Bears at the Dolphin 8-yard line. 4 minutes, 51 seconds to go in this third quarter. Dolphins lead 27-0. In this third quarter, the crowd sets up the chant, defense, defense. Douglas, back to throw, being rushed. He's running out to the left. Now it reverses his field. Laterally, sets up the throw, fires. It is incomplete in the end zone. The Dolphins had great coverage on him that time. It was intended for the tight end, Earl Thomas. But they came pouring through there, and we're going to get a field goal attempt now. This will be a 15-yard attempt from the near side inbounds hash mark. Mac Percival will try the field goal. The snap, it's up, and it's perfect. Well, the Dolphins lose the shutout, but they preserve it as far as the touchdown is concerned. There's a timeout on the field with 4:36 to go in the third quarter. The score, our Dolphins 27, the Bears 3. As the clock ticks away, that's the end of the third quarter. Dolphin football action continues from the Orange Bowl with the score, Miami 27, Chicago 3. Greasy on 3rd and 3 is dumped back at the across the 30-yard line. Booming through there on a safety blitz was Ron Smith, and he knocked him down back at the 32. So the field goal unit comes on. Yepremian will get a chance to kick another one, angling for his 24th field goal of the year right now. Here's the snap. Set down. The kick has the distance, and it is no good. Off to the far side, off to the right. Well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. There's a timeout on the field with 12:52 to go in the ball game. The score, our Dolphins 27 and the Bears 3. Henry?
Bob Greasy has a bruised left shoulder. They have an ice pack on it. I believe George Myra is going to go in. He's taking off his warm-up jacket, grabbing his helmet.
So we start out from our 30, 70 yards away, a 46-yard kick. And George Myra comes in at quarterback for the Dolphins. There's a timeout on the field. 11:48 to play. The Dolphins 27, the Bears 3.
George Myra, used sparingly on the year, Rick, is 4 for 15 in the passing department. No touchdowns.
All right, the Dolphins ready to go. Myra at quarterback. 1st and 10 from our 30-yard line. Here's a handoff to Kick through the middle. He's up to the 35-yard line. Goes Jim Kick. Dolphins ball at our 36-yard line, leading 27-3. 11 minutes, 9 seconds left to play. Here's the handoff to Kick through the middle across the 40. Dragging tacklers with him up to the 50-yard line. Goes Jimmy Kick. Big hole in the middle, and he made it bigger. 15 yards on the scamper. 1st and 10 at our 49. Here's the handoff. Zonka around the left side. 50, slips and falls. Gets up. 45, 40. Dragging tacklers with him out of bounds at the 33. Now, he was not knocked down officially by a tackle, and a little pushing and shoving, breaks out of down here in front of us again. Charlie Ford, the rookie quarterback, who's having a rough night, covering the sweeps and the passes against the Dolphins. Started a little shoving. Joe Taylor also in on the tackle. The ball is placed down at the Bear 34. 17 yards for Zonka, which puts him over 100 yards. Henry?
Again on that, we saw it clearly, grabbing of the face mask, as the Dolphins have been complaining about for the last few minutes when they were on offense. Ford got a piece of Zonka's face mask on that one.
The ball is placed down at the Bears' 33-yard line. The Dolphins have really handled this ball club.
Larry Zonka unofficially 107 yards rushing. Another 100-yard night for Larry Zonka. Rick?
Well, I think it might be worthy to mention, Jim Dooley said at today's quarterback luncheon, a lot of people up in the Chicago area are unfamiliar with a lot of the names on the Dolphins team. That is before tonight, and they're seeing what kind of a ball club we have here in Miami on the tube tonight. The amazing thing about this ball game is the ease with which the Miami offense and defense have handled the Chicago teams. Third down, 3. Dolphins ball at the Bears' 15. Myra back to throw. Looks for the near side. Pass is caught by kickoff and deflection inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Their quarterback linebacker got his hands on it, Ross Brubaker, but the ball was deflected away from him. He couldn't hold on to it, and Kick was standing right behind him, hauled it in for a completed forward pass and a Dolphins first down. Myra with a third down and goal situation now from the Chicago 13-yard line. Clock moving with 4:33. Check it, 5:33. Left to go in the ball game. Stowe splits to the far side, Noonan to the near side. George drops back to throw. Sets up, rifles one. Touchdown, Dolphins. Otto Stowe. Right underneath the goalpost, the rookie from Iowa State catches his first TD pass of the season. Jerry Moore was the safety man beaten on the play. So Myra to Stowe, 13 yards, caps that drive, and the Dolphins now move out to a 33-3 lead. Yepremian will try the point. Noonan will hold. Here's the snap, set down, the kick is up, and it's perfect. As usual, there's a timeout on the field. 5:15 to go. The score, our Dolphins 34 and the Bears 3.
Myra 4 for 5 in that touchdown drive, and George's first touchdown pass of the year, and Otto Stowe's first touchdown as a pro.
Henry?
Don Shula just went over, shook hands with Jim Kick and Larry Zonka, thanked them for a good ball game.
Number of folks now starting to leave, content that the Dolphins have won their 8th straight, longest winning streak in the league this year, and the Dolphins with the best record now at 9-1-1. Rick?
Third down and 9 for the Bears. The ball at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. 6 seconds to go. Douglas sets his ball club, waiting for the snap from center. He drops back to throw, sets up. Now he's going to have to scramble, rolls to the right, being pursued all over the place by the Dolphins, running back to the 50-yard line, back into Bear territory. Now he starts up the far side of the field, the 45, and there's no time showing on the board. He throws a pass into the end zone. It's intercepted and run out by Dick Anderson. He's at the 20, the 25, up to the 30-yard line, and is knocked to the ground at the 33 as the game is over. The final score, our Dolphins 34, the Bears 3. We'll be back with a final wrap-up in 1 minute. Just a great ball game for the Dolphins. They have taken this Bears team apart and shown the world that this ball club is a definite Super Bowl contender, and more importantly, have maintained our 1.5 game lead over the Baltimore Colts. We want to thank all of the Transistor fans for the hanky power again tonight. It's paid off again. Just a tremendous effort by this entire Dolphins team. This ball club has attained a measure of balance which you very rarely see anymore, even in the National Football League, and a real tribute to the entire organization.
Somewhere back 9 weeks ago, Donald, with 8 weeks victories in a row, that's the longest winning record in the NFL this year, and you're 9-1-1. And you got to be a contented man tonight when you can just take apart a ball club like this.
I was pleased with our performance in every department, Larry. I thought our offense was exceptional, all phases of it, the run, the pass, the quarterback, the pass protection, Kick and Zonka, and they just did an exceptional job. And then defensively, when you shut a football team out, you have to be pleased. They got 3 points on the board, but overall our defense did an excellent job in containing Douglas and the fine group of receivers that they have. Special team-wise, again, I thought that we were on the ball and working hard for the victory, and this is the kind of football that I like to be associated with in all departments where you're capable of getting the job done.
Now, in the middle of last season, when a lot of people thought that you would pull Mr. Greasy out, we were figuring out he's only lost twice since that, the playoff in Oakland and once this year in that slip bowl to the Jets. He has become the leading quarterback statistically. That must be a source of personal thing to you to have made that decision, stuck with him, and see him come along this great.
Well, it really wasn't that tough a decision. I think he needed somebody to stick by him, number one. And number two, when you have the opportunity to work with this young man day in and day out, on the practice field, in the classroom, you're aware of that this man is an exceptional man, not only as a football player, but also as a person. And that's the kind of quarterback that you like running your football team, a rare breed. They are a rare breed, and Greasy is that.
Now, George, Myra certainly must have given you a good feeling going 4 for 5, and Otto Stowe getting his first pro touchdown.
Yes, these are both big items as far as I'm concerned, because George didn't look good in the first opportunity that he had to run our football team against Pittsburgh when Greasy spent the night in the hospital. So I know George is real pleased now with the job that he turned in for us. And, of course, Otto is a young receiver that we think is going to be an excellent receiver. And Twillie's been doing such a great job that Otto can't get off the bench. So this, again, had to give Otto a big lift because he's worked hard in practice. The kid just continues to work in practice trying to improve, and he'll be there.
A couple of other quick things. Carl Noonan, that's as good a reserve wide receiver, I guess, as there is around.
Yes, Carl just steps in there, and we expect him to do that kind of job now when he comes off the bench. He's just an exceptional guy, and he prepares himself to play, and he's a clutch football player.
About the injuries, Warfield did not play the second half. Greasy did not play the fourth quarter. What's the story?
Well, I hope that neither is serious. I know that Paul aggravated his leg that bothered him a little bit going into the ball game, but I think he came up with another injury on that same leg, and we just hope that with a week off, without working much during the week, that he'll be ready to play against New England up there. Greasy bumped his shoulder on that safety blitz, and I don't know how bad that is, but it is the left shoulder, and knowing Bob, he'll be there.
Finally, preparing now. This has been a Monday night game. Will the team be off tomorrow? How do you work the schedule this week?
We're going to get them off tomorrow, and then we go to work on Wednesday morning. We're a day short, actually, but playing this Monday night game was an advantage to us because of the fact that we had so many bumps and bruises coming out of the Baltimore game, so that extra day's rest was really godsend for us.
Go to New England on Saturday, as usual?
Yes, and we'll work up there on Saturday, practice at their new stadium on their new polyturf, and then play the game on Sunday.
Thank you, Donald. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
That was head coach Don Shula, and I'm going to wend my way into the main portion of the locker room. We'll talk to some of the players. We'll wend this around, and I'll get to say hello to Larry Zonka for another great game, Lawrence.
Thank you, Larry.
107 yards unofficially and back in the league leadership. And well, were they as physical as everyone said they'd be?
Well, Larry, I realize your audience can't see in here, and we're on radio, but just take a look and tell them what you see, and then ask me.
Well, there are ice bags on Larry Zonka's toes and knees, and he is slumped against the wall, drinking something, sitting quietly. How do you feel, Larry? Is it just aches and pains or anything, that might consider serious?
Well, the most serious thing I got, I stubbed my big toe real bad on the polyturf. I got a blood blister under the toenail, and got a little tendon trouble in the side of it, but nothing that serious. I think we're, as far as the whole team's concerned, I think we're in pretty good physical shape. Breezy got a little bump on the arm that they're shaving the hair off his chest right now to tape him up. He's in there crying a little bit, but I'm sure he'll be all right and be back next week.
They are taping him, though.
Oh, yeah, they're taping me or him. I think they're just shaving him off so they can ice him down, and they'll probably put a wrap on it tonight. And it's not. They X-rayed it, and there's nothing serious. He just has a bump on his shoulder, I think.
You're not a big fan of polyturf, are you? I mean, you'll take dirt.
I'd rather take dirt. A little rain hits on that grass out there, or on a grass field, and softens it up a little bit. This polyturf was great last year. I didn't have any complaints. It was, it had a lot of sponge to it, and it was very resilient. But this year it's been flattened down so much. I think there's been so much football played on it. It's been exposed to that sun so much. I think that's another prime factor. I think it's just pounded down where it's just not as spongy. The resilience is just gone,
Did you come in contact with Mr. Butkus much this evening?
Very much so. Jim Kick and myself spent the whole game running into Dick Butkus. I'll say this about Dick Butkus. He's got a lot of publicity. Everybody knows what a great player he is. It's just too bad he doesn't have a defensive line like ours in front of him.
He is that good.
He's very, very good. And if you had a defensive line in front of him like Jim Riley or Manny Fernandez, and John Richardson and Bill Stanfield, somebody like that, a line like that, I think there'd be a world of difference in the Chicago Bears.
And what about the melding of this offensive line? It's often been said, it gets kind of trite, that no back makes it without an offensive line.
Yeah, well, it's just no back makes a regular, is very consistent as far as a lot of yardage is concerned without a great offensive line, and I think we have that kind of offensive line.
Larry, is this a great team now? Can we label it that? 8 in a row, 9-1-1?
Well, that's a great record, and I don't think you can get a great record without having some degree of greatness yourself. I have a lot of faith in this team. I think the team overall has a lot of confidence in itself, and I think we're looking to go somewhere, and we're still playing it game by game. We've got Boston coming up, and any team can beat you on a given day, so we just have to get real serious about it and go up there and take it from them.
No danger looking past them, then, on this ball club?
No, I don't think so. I think we learned our lesson early this year against New York Jets when they didn't have Namath, and they came down and beat us. And we know that it can happen to us, and we just sort of dig in. Sometimes we start a little slow, but we're dead serious when we're out there.
Larry, thank you.
All right, Larry.
Larry Zonka coming out of the medical room with us. And we'll say hello to the guy who won the game ball, Mr. Marv Fleming.
Game ball.
Yeah. You got it, didn't you? Right?
Yeah, I did.
That must make you feel pretty good, and you and Albert.
I'm very happy. First of all, like I said, there's about 10 other guys out there with me that's doing a heck of a job, and I think I was very happy to get it. But there's other guys on the team which I think deserve it. And, being in the line, a lineman it's hardly recognized.
Last week we spoke, and you said the Bears are very physical, are they?
Oh yes, I had to go up against Buck a couple of times, and he's about the best in the league as far as middle linebacker goes.
And you dragged in for that touchdown. You got in, taking that man with you.
Well, I was thinking, a little man on me. I outweigh about 50 pounds. If I don't get this son of a gun in, I'll be embarrassed. So I managed to do it.
Congratulations, Marvin.
Thank you very much.
Marv Fleming, who won the game ball, awarded by his teammates and coaches. And finally, I'll just ask Bill Stanfield. Henry told me to check as to how you're feeling.
I'm okay.
Did anything happen? At the end of the game, I saw you limp off.
That's all. Just got blindsided and hit pretty hard.
But nothing
on the last play.
Nothing, major.
No, I don't think so. No.
Congratulations, Bill.
Thank you, Larry.
Okay, Bill Stanfield, Larry Zonka, Howard Twilley, Coach Don Shula, game ball winning Marv Fleming. That's it. We're very happy, but almost taking it in stride. Dolphin dressing room. Paul Warfield throwing flashes, and another one. Right there. We will be leaving you now, folks, as it's rather early in the morning. In fact, it's 21 minutes after 12. They'll have the day off tomorrow, the Dolphins. They will practice on Wednesday and Thursday and leave for New England Saturday morning. Game is Sunday afternoon as they meet the Patriots. This team with 8 victories in a row, and as we were saying, almost taking it in stride.
And the Bears were held a total offensive yardage of 197. The Dolphins rolled up 446 yards. In total offense, 23-9 in the first down department in favor of the Dolphins. Total number of offensive plays, the Dolphins 65 to the Bears 45. As far as the rushing plays are concerned, the Dolphins rushed the ball 42 times, the Bears 16. Net passing yardage, 101 for the Bears, 238 for the Dolphins. And we completed 16 out of 22 with 1 interception. They hit 9 out of 28 with 3 intercepted. And that pretty well covers the team stats. As far as the individual statistics are concerned, Zonka officially was credited with 104 yards for 6.5 average. Kick had 71 yards, 17 carries, a 4.2 average. Our leading average rusher was Bob Greasy, who carried twice for 22 yards, 11.11 yards average per carry. And Mercury Morris wound up with a -1. The leading rusher for the Bears was quarterback Bobby Douglas. He carried 5 times 50 yards for a 10-point average. Shy had 4.8, Pinder 3.4. In the passing department, Douglas 9 for 27, 111 yards. Greasy 12 for 17, 214 yards for Bob. Myra had 4 for 5 for 35 yards. The pass receivers, Warfield 2 for 47, Fleming 3 for 20 and a touchdown. Kick 3 for 26, Seipel 1 for 32, Zonka 2 for 27 and a TD. Noonan had the most yardage, three catches for 63 yards. Stowe with that touchdown reception, 13 yards. Twilley had 1 for 21 yards.
The final score, our Dolphins 34, the Bears 3.